everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to basically do my new self-destruct list, and for this one, as always, I have 12 books that I'm supposed to read in a year's time as of this video being uploaded to YouTube. That's the date I'm going to start it from. So I've tried to do different genres. As always, I have one manga, 2 adult fantasy, 1 historical fiction, 2 classics, 2 YA fantasy, and then 4 middle grade novels. So I feel like I have some quick reads. I mean, there's 4 middle grades and 1 manga, and also 1 historical fiction that is very tiny. So I feel like I could do this, even though I have 2 very hefty adult fantasies, but I'm really want to read those. And honestly, I'm really hyped about all of these books, so I feel like that should somehow push me towards reading them, hopefully. So the first one is technically not a shelf warmer, so I guess technically shouldn't be on here, but I want to wrap up series. So this is Death Note short stories by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata. This is the only one that is not a shelf warmer, don't worry. And this is basically just short stories. I read the first like 12 volumes, so I don't really know what this is supposed to cover. Basically, Death Note is about a guy called Light Yagami, and he finds this Death Note, and he realizes if you write this in this Death Note someone's name, that person will die, and if you don't write down a cause of death, they will get a heart attack. But basically you can decide when and how they're going to die. So yeah, this is short stories in the same universe. So yeah, that's the first one. Like a ferret in Come Back, because I had another book in this series the first time I did this video. But we have The Broken Eye by Brent Weeks. This is the 3rd book in the Lightbringer series. I had the 2nd book on this list for the first time I did this because I had read the 1st book and it had been a year and I hadn't picked up the 2nd book. I love this series so much, except the sexism and this misogynistic thoughts that all of the male characters have about the female, no matter how old they are. But if you can look past that, this is a really interesting and just quick-paced adult fantasy. And I bought this one like straight away when I finished the 2nd one, and that was more than a year ago, because I read it in like July, August, I think, of last year, and it's currently October and I haven't read this, and it's a year later. So basically this one is about, well, the main character, whose name I can't remember because it's been so long. He is the prism, and basically the prism can use all of the different colors. I think there's 8 of them, and you know, use it as sort of magical things. You can do different things with the different colors. The more colors you can see, the more magical you are. And of course there's war on the horizon. The 2nd book followed sort of a military school sort of setting, and war, of course, so I'm really interested to see where this is going to head. I have another series that I need to finish, and this is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. I loved the first 2 books so much. I was emotionally ruined by, I think it was the 2nd one that was so morbid, I could not sleep afterwards. But this is the 3rd and final book. I do own Babel by R.F. Kuang, and I really want to, you know, continue on with my, you know, reading of her books. So I feel like it's time to wrap up the series. Hopefully this one will be just as good as the first 2. Basically, the main character in the 1st book goes to this military school. She has been studying really hard. Her adoptive family treat her like crap, and she just wants to get out of there, and she wants to join the war. So she ends up getting into this military academy, learning to, you know, use her powers and how to fight and stuff like that. And of course, war ensues. And then we have The Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse. This is a historical fiction. It's really tiny, so I feel like I should be able to read this quickly. It's like 310-ish pages, so it should be a quick read. And basically this takes place in Amsterdam in 1943, ergo World War II. Haneke basically sells black market goods to paying customers. Well, that's illegal work. But one day she gets asked to actually find a missing girl who happens to be Jewish because she disappeared from this secret room in this person's house. So I'm really interested in reading this one. I have been wanting to read it for forever, and I've had it on my shelf for like 3-4 years maybe. So I should probably get to it soon. Then we have another series I want to finish, and this is Real Love Ingleside by Ellen Montgomery. This is the, I think, I want to say eighth book in Anne of Green Gables. I love Anne of Green Gables so much, and I'm obsessed with the TV show and called Anne with an E, and also the 1985 short story, short series, and the books, of course. And this is the last book. I think we're following one of Anne's kids called Rilla, and she's 14 years old, and basically her brothers are fighting in the Great War. Rilla realizes that she needs to grow up and fast. So it's basically a coming of age story, and yeah, I really need to continue on with this series. And we have the classic portion, and this is The Wind and the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. And basically we follow a rat and a sea mouse or something like that, and they go on a boat. Like, I have no idea what this classic is about, honestly, but it's a children's classic, so hopefully it will be a quick read. And then we have a YA fantasy that I've had for like 5 years or something. This is Sea Fire by Natalie C. Parker. I don't really know what this is about. I think it's about a female pirate crew, and I love pirates. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I was obsessed as a teenager. And I love reading books about pirates. So I really should read this one. Then we have Mörk Ängel by Laini Taylor. This is the first book in the trilogy. I have the entire trilogy on my shelf for years, like 8 years or something. I don't know. Definitely more than 5 years, because I had it before moving into this apartment. I still haven't read it. I think they did a try a chapter tag in this book a long time ago. So yeah, I read the first chapter with Professor Snape. And I definitely need to restart it. I just remember there's something about a girl with blue hair or something. I don't even know what this is about anymore. We meet Caro, and she has this sort of sketch pad with monsters that may or may not be real. She has a tendency to disappear on very mysterious missions, and she speaks a lot of different languages, and not all of them are human. And who is she? She's trying to figure it out, because she's a little bit different with her blue hair. And then we'll also meet Akiva, who is on the run from some people that are hunting him down, and they end up meeting, and shit transpires. Coming to the last 4 books, which are all middle grade, and we have Arisha and the Song of Death by Roshana Shakshi. This is the second book in the Pandava Quartet. I don't know how many books there are, honestly. It's the second book. I mean, this is the Rick Riordan Presents series, so this one is supposed to be about, I think it's Hindu, if I remember correctly. I read the first book years ago, I have no idea. I think it's supposed to be Hindu gods, so it's mythology based, as always, with Rick Riordan's imprint. And I don't even remember what the first book is about. We meet this girl. I think her parents own a museum of some kind. They found this sort of mystical lamp, and she accidentally releases this evil spirit or something, and shit ensues. That's all I remember. Then we have a book I've had for years, which is weird because I love this author's book. I've read a couple of them actually. But this is Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World by Ashley Aaron Blake. And this is actually a Stonewall Honor book. Basically, a tornado rips through town, and 12-year-old Ivy Aberdeen's house is destroyed, and her family of 6 is displayed. And her notebook filled with secret drawings of girls holding hands have mysteriously gone missing. And then, very mysteriously, Ivy's drawing starts to reappear in her locker with notes from someone telling her to open up about her identity. And she hopes this is the particular girl, is a classmate that she has a crush on. So basically, this is a LGBTQ plus middle grade novel. I've had this for so long and I just want to read it. I have another series I need to finish. This is also a series that's been on the first time I did this challenge, but this is the final book in the series. This is the Tower of Nero, which is the 5th and final book in the series called The Trials of Apollo. I love Rick Riordan. I think you can tell by the entire shelf I have of his books. This is just one of the series that I have read for forever, and it's been like years in between each and every book, and I don't even know why, because I really am enjoying the series. It's not my favorite Rick Riordan series by any means, but I do really enjoy it. So I don't know, I wait so long in between these books, and now there's new Rick Riordan books out on the market with Percy Jackson in them, and I need to finish the books because I can't with good conscience buy new Rick Riordan books if I haven't read the one I have had for years. So this series basically follow Apollo. He gets into this quarrel with Zeus, his father, and he's cast down to earth. He's turned into a mortal, pimply, gangly teenager, but that does not stop other gods and monsters from coming after him. And basically Apollo has to team up with different demigods, you know, to be able to stay alive and also to save the world. Then the 12th and final book is Echo Mountain, which I've also had for a while. It's a signed copy, so I feel a bit bad about not having read it. Although I didn't know it would come signed when I bought it, but you know, it is. So basically this takes place during the Great Depression, and Ellie's family is forced to leave their home in town and start over in the untamed forest of the nearby Echo Mountain. So basically Ellie and her family is struggling from the aftermath of her dad ending up in a coma from an accident, and also this accident is unfairly blamed on Ellie, and she's really struggling with that. And Ellie is determined to help her father, so she has to make her way to the top of the mountain in search of the healing secrets of a woman known only as the Hag. But the Hag and the mountain still have many untold stories left to reveal, and with them a fresh chance at happiness. So sounds very interesting. Yeah, those were all of the 12 books I want to read in a year's time. Like I said, this particular video challenge will start from the date that this video will be uploaded. So I don't know the exact date, but a year from then. And hopefully I will be able to read all of these books because I'm really hyped about it. 11 of these are shelf warmers, so I definitely need to get to them. I'm very happy about the different genres, even though there's 4 middle grade, which I feel like is a lot, because usually you just take 2. I feel like there's books here that I'm really interested in reading. There's different genres. Some are very thick books and some should be very quick reads. So I feel like it should go over well. I am going to try, as I change, try to get some of these read before the year is over and not start reading like all of them when there's 4 months left and then panicking because I don't want to hold them. Because that's what I usually do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys, you know, come with me on this sort of challenge. I will definitely try to do some reading vlogs, trying to read some of these books like I usually do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a good day or night, and I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye!